do you agree or disagree that you struggle with the fear of failure?
Agree.
Why?
I think that I've always been super high in the classroom and a solid player on the field, and coming through injuries, I am no longer that player that I was.
And how does that make you feel about you?
Gives me a lack of confidence on the field when in 1v1 situations.
Have you always struggled with confidence in your life?
No.
So if you go back to the time when you didn't struggle with confidence, what is different between that time period and the time period now in terms of your mental state?
Probably under a lot more pressure than I was then. I was younger, free flowing, living day by day, whereas now I have to plan a little further ahead and have a lot more going on.
Where is the pressure coming from?
Internally, mostly, and then parents.
So let's break that down. What percent of the pressure that you feel is self-induced versus coming from others?
I'd say probably like 80-20.
So let's start with the 80 and then we'll go to the 20. Why? What are you telling yourself that's creating pressure?
I'm a forward and I'm struggling to find the net. So I think the results of the game is weighing on me more.
And your self-talk, so the voice no one gets to hear,
Yep.
what is it saying to you?
It's negative.
So give me an example of what it might sound like.
Just like I'm not good enough. I'm not where I used to be with goal scoring. There, there's just no reward.
And so if you think about what you just said, that's powerful. Do you think that that helps or hurts you when you're giving?
Hurts.
Do you think that you can train that voice inside your head?
For sure.
So how can I help you do that to where that voice actually increases your performance?
I guess with having a go-to statement in my head whenever I strike the ball and don't hit the back of the net, like a go-to sentence or word to bring me back on the field and present again.
The key is going to be finding a statement that actually works. Can we agree with that?
Sounds good.
Are you influential to the team?
Yep.
So when they see you drop your head or they see you with your negative body language appear to have self-doubt, do you think that that has the potential to affect them?
100%.
I could make the case, tell me if I'm wrong, that your reaction to hitting the post is way more influential than you hitting the post.
Yep.
So how can you deliver a message to yourself that reminds you of that? Because they're feeding off your energy.
Yeah. I definitely think that I react poorly in situations and go internally versus relying on the team.
So tomorrow, I'd love to hear what you want to tell yourself. And then I'm going to partner and challenge and support you through that. I'd like to go to the parent piece. So it says that 20% is coming on the outside. How do they contribute to your self-talk?
I think because they've been on the same path with me from like high school goal scoring machine to not that anymore, that they have just expected that that's what I would be my whole life. And I know that myself, and then knowing that they're thinking that is weighing.
Have you had a conversation with them on that?
No,
Because
because I believe they're duds because I'm already dudding myself.
wouldn't you want to confirm that as opposed to write your own story?
Yep.
So why haven't you had that conversation?
I guess putting it into words then makes it more real than me thinking it all. I can think in some moments that it's not happening. And then when times are hard, then I believe that it is happening.
And when times are hard is when you actually need positive reinforcement, not negative reinforcement. Can we agree?
Yep.
So what if they're not actually thinking that? And what if you have that conversation and it's very productive to where if they are thinking it, you at least get on the same page on how you want to handle the dips. What do you think about that?
Sounds like a plan.
So when are you going to have that conversation?
Before the first game.
Do you need help with scripting that? Or do you feel good with where it is?
Yeah, help would be good.
So I want you to think about that this evening too. And I want you to think about what is the objective of that conversation. So if you have that conversation, what do you hope they walk away with? What do you hope you walk away with? All good?